play and you train your role, and that's what we do. In the nets is try, I guess, hit some sixes, and then obviously the other night when you have more time to bat, you obviously can get into your innings more, and even though we didn't need a lot at the time, but I guess with that role you can come in with 15 overs left or come in with 2 overs left, so you have to be able to do both.
And a final thing on New Zealand spin depth as well, like you have every variety of spinner, you being a finger spinner, Ish is a wrist spinner, and then Peace is the off spinner, and if you want left arm wrist spin, you have Ripon as well. So how excited are you with this spin depth, because every matchup is basically covered, right?
Yeah, it's obviously a nice thing to have. I guess having the depth of 3 spinners in the squad is very handy. Obviously, we don't know what the wickets are going to play like, but if it does look like it's going to spin, we have options. And then if it doesn't, we've got Beast who can obviously bat extremely well, like we saw the other night. So I guess having the 2 all-rounders as finger spinners, adds depth to the bowling and batting.
And just in this next row here, left and then right.
Is available for tomorrow's game?
Yeah, he's tracking nicely. He had a nice bowl in the middle. I'm not sure. He was bowling off a few steps. So I'm not sure if he is. But I guess we have to wait and see what the wicket's going to do. If it looks like if it might spin, he's obviously an option. But I guess there's a bit of unknown. There hasn't been an international game here, and we're not too sure. So I guess the captain and the coach will have a look at the wicket and what they think tomorrow.
With the World Cup in mind, how is it that the whole outfit is approaching these 3 one-days? Is it how much do the results matter, or they're in so many ways inconsequential as long as you are hitting all the boxes?
Yeah, I guess like you said, obviously having a World Cup in India and then being able to play a series here is pretty important. But we know it's extremely hard to win here, and that is what we want to do. We want to be able to win, I guess, this series and the T20 series, and then you obviously want to look at, I guess, some combinations going forward and see what the wickets might do. But I think we know come World Cup time, the wickets could be pretty flat, like we saw in the first ODI. So I guess that is in the back of your mind, but at the forefront is trying to win this series.
So my question. One more down here, then we'll come to you.
Which of the Indian batsmen are most difficult to bowl to, considering all of the place where mostly they look to attack? So,
yeah, I guess that's the challenge. They're obviously all very good at playing spin and brought up, playing a lot of it. So anyone in the top 8 is a pretty good player of spin. So I guess that's something we have to work on as a unit. And obviously the game the other night, there was a little bit of hold, but it was obviously pretty small ground, small boundaries, and they can all attack spin at their own time. So I guess for us, it's trying to slow that run rate down through the middle and try to chip wickets that way. But I think Gilly was pretty hard to bowl to the other night. I think the way he uses his crease forward and back is quite challenging as a spin bowler. And we obviously know how good, I've seen a lot of Sky, Hardicks hit me from some pretty big sixes in his time as well.
Yeah, my question, what's your experience about the stadium and yesterday hospital? Really welcome.
Yeah, I think I was lucky enough to come here in 2014 for Champions League for IND. It's obviously a few years ago now, but it was obviously, we got a great reception last night. First look, obviously the ground is a beautiful ground, big stadium, no doubt it'll be very loud tomorrow night, cheering against us, but that's fine. But it's obviously different dimensions to what we came across in Hyderabad, where it was quite small all around. This ground looks like there's some bigger pockets square, and so I guess you kind of change your plans accordingly. Maybe try to get a bit squarer tomorrow.
What about hospitality you received yesterday during the hotel, welcoming when you were released over there?
Yeah, it was awesome to see. It was great reception. Obviously, I think it's the first game, international game, they're playing here, so to get, I guess, that welcome yesterday was pretty cool. We know how much they love cricket over here, but to get the dancers as well out front was pretty cool to see.
Back in the middle row here, 1 and 2. Hold on, come back to you. Yeah, and then you.
Your friend Ashwin had a suggestion with regarding starting games early to get you out of equation. What's your personal take? As in, should an effort be made by the whole cricket ecosystem to actually make it a level playing field for both the teams when it comes to ODIs especially, rather than only thinking about broadcast arrangements?
Yeah, I guess it's an interesting question because I think we have seen. I think we saw in Dubai World Cup where every team won chasing, just because of the dew factor, and I guess that is one way to eliminate the dew. I guess if the pitch stays the same throughout it could be an option, but then I guess if there's no dew and then it starts to spin later on second innings, then it's I guess, but thankfully that's not up to me to make that decision. Just leave it.
How highly would you rate the ball to Kohli in the last game?
I mean, it must be okay. It must be a pretty good ball to get Kohli out because he doesn't miss too many balls, to be fair. But yeah, I guess it was nice to have a little bit of assistance. But I think, no doubt if I try that again, he'll probably hit it for full.
Over here.
So my question is, Chhattisgarh is going to experience first one-day international year. So what would you like to say to the people of Chhattisgarh? Because I think it's your first visit also. So would you like to say something to the people of Chhattisgarh?
Well, I guess our job is to hopefully put on a good show, and hope hope everyone will come and watch, and I'm sure they will. No doubt it'll be pretty loud. I guess for us it's pretty cool to play in front of so many people. I guess back home we don't generally get those crowds to, and no doubt it'll be very loud, which will make it pretty tough for us.
In Chhattisgarh, we say Jai Johar to greet people. So we would love if you can say Jai Johar Chhattisgarh.
Putting me on the spot.
Jai Johar
Jai
Chhattisgarh.
Johar. Jai Johar.
Jai Johar. Come.
Say hello.
One back and one more.
You guys gave a tough competition during the last match to Team India. What do you think you need to work on during this match so that you can, outprove Team India in this match?
Yeah, I guess like you said, we came up pretty close in the end. I think with the ball we may have missed. I think we were able to kind of pull India back, maybe looking at 320, but then obviously Gilly took it away from us at the end to get to 350, and we know it. Chasing in India, if it starts to slide on, it can be good, and I think we lost a few too many wickets in the middle at the start. But I think as we've shown that partnerships with the bat, you're never really out of the game. So, and then obviously on the flip side with the ball is trying to break those partnerships the best we can. We know how deep India bat as well, so if we can, I guess that's the best way to slow down the run rate. But I guess it's about adapting to that ground tomorrow. Obviously different. We're not sure what the pitch is going to do, and so we have to wait and see.
Right, last two over here. Yeah.
Santner, you must have some plan to contain Suman Gill the way he played last match. So what are your plans?
Yeah, I guess he played a pretty good knock, and it was good to watch. I guess we have to obviously wait and see what the pitch is going to do. It looks like there's a bit more bounce. At training today, so I guess trying to make them go a bit square on the ball might bring the spinners into the game. But I think obviously in one-day cricket we need to be able to take wickets up top. So I guess if we can get a few up top, and then I guess our role through the middle with the spinners trying to limit the runs and build pressure through dots. And I think I guess apart from Gill, we were pretty good. So it'd be nice to get him out early, and then we'll see.
That's fine.
Mitch, like Luke also spoke about the uncertainties having the conditions here. So, especially looking at the big picture of the World Cup, would it be sort of a good test to sort of trial yourself with these uncertain conditions and sort of plan for that?
Yeah, I guess like you said, no one really knows what's going to be tomorrow, and I guess you're trying to weigh up whether the dew is going to play much of a factor second innings versus obviously trying to put runs on the board. So, but I guess we'll have to turn up tomorrow and see what the wicket looks like. It was undercover today, so. But if it plays something like the nets are pretty good. Obviously, probably a bit more bounce in Hyderabad with the red soil, and then obviously let's hope it spins, but we'll wait and see.
All right, thanks very much, guys.